Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to, really get into interesting ideas and give you that shortcut to being informed.
That's the blank.
So today we want to invite you into exploring a concept. It might sound a bit abstract at first, but I think it feels very real for many of us. It's called the culmination point.
Right, that phase.
Oh,
It's
true.
that really profound, sometimes uncomfortable, but maybe also liberating phase where, the saying, the old is no longer and the new is not yet.
Exactly. That's the core of it.
It really is. It's this moment of intense transition. Things seem to ramp up, but they stay
Well,
undecided.
undecided, yeah.
Think about being perfectly balanced between breaths,
Hmm.
that tiny pause between inhaling and exhaling.
Ooh,
Or
okay.
like a bow pulled back as far as it can go. You feel the tension, it's right there, but the arrow hasn't actually been released yet. It's that kind of suspension.
That's a great way to put it. And this deep dive hopefully will help you navigate exactly that kind of space. Our insights, they come from a really interesting place today. It's a conversation between a human moderator and an AI, actually. And they were grappling with this very in-between moment.
Fascinating source.
Yeah. So our mission for you and for us is to understand the dynamics, the challenges that come with it, but also maybe the hidden opportunities within this Neiman's land, this
Yeah.
no man's land,
Mm.
what it means for us personally and maybe collectively too.
Okay, so let's break down that key phrase. Nicht mehr und noch nicht. Literally no longer and not yet.
Right.
The source really stresses that this isn't just hitting pause. It's a state where things are building, tightening up, sometimes really intensely. But the final picture, it just isn't clear yet. It's all potential, not conclusion.
Exactly. And the source, it uses this really vivid analogy, the caterpillar soup stage.
Oh, yeah.
The old form, the caterpillar, it's just gone. It's processed so much, changed so much, that old way just can't hold anymore.
It dissolved.
It dissolved. But the butterfly, the new thing, well, it hasn't actually emerged. So yeah, we're kind of floating in this Neiman's land,
Yes.
pure becoming. And that feels like it applies to individuals, but also bigger collective shifts too.
And that creates a tension, doesn't it? You can almost feel it, like that drawn bow we mentioned.
Yeah.
This no longer and not yet state. It offers two things at once. Enormous freedom and great uncertainty.
A paradox.
It is. When the old rules don't apply and the new ones aren't written yet, there's this huge space for creativity. But here's the catch the source flags.
Okay.
Many people just don't handle this vacuum well. They want something solid, something concrete, right away.
Impatient.
Very. And that brings up a really important question, I think, for you listening. Is that impatience actually becoming our biggest hurdle in navigating this phase?
That is a key question. How much uncertainty can you personally really put up with? It reminds me, actually, Oscar Wilde had this line, surprisingly relevant. Knowledge would be fatal. Uncertainty is what excites us. A fog makes things beautiful.
That's good.
It kind of speaks to maybe the necessity of the unknown sometimes. And speaking of fog, the source has this brilliant little twist.
Oh.
Nebel, the German word for fog. Spell it backwards, and you get Leben life.
Wow, okay. That's quite a connection the source makes there.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And it suggests maybe this lack of sharp clarity isn't a bug, it's a feature. It could be the protection mechanism of the time quality itself.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if everything was crystal clear right away, we might jump in too fast, try to control things, manage it all.
Yeah, fix it.
Exactly. And maybe disturb the natural unfolding. It points towards needing to learn to build while walking, trusting that the next step, the next plank appears just when we need it.
That takes faith.
It does.
Yeah.
It really challenges us, Are we actually prepared to not have everything nailed down right now?
Right.
To leave life a bit of wiggle room to surprise us?
It's a lot to think about. And it's funny, as we're discussing this, we've kind of reached a particular point in our own little journey here. The source even mentioned it. This is what, number 7 in this series?
That's right, episode 7.
And 7, well, in numerology and stuff often signifies change, right? Moving beyond just balance into something new. It feels appropriate for this topic.
Oh, it absolutely fits, like a key in a lock, as you said.
Yeah.
The number 7 here, it's not just one step past 6, which often represents harmony, balance.
Right, stability.
Yeah. The source describes 7 as the moment when one leaves this equilibrium to explore something completely new. Yeah, that often feels uncomfortable precisely because you no longer feel solid ground beneath your feet.
That Neiman's land again.
Exactly. And it's not just empty space. The source calls it a kind of cosmic laboratory in which the elements rearrange themselves.
A cosmic lab. I like that.
Yeah. It might look messy, chaotic even, But it has this incorruptible honesty. Nothing is finished, nothing is fixed, everything is in motion.
So we're not just talking about it, we're kind of in it, like passengers or witnesses
Seems like.
to this real phoenix from the ashes kind of moment. And the source, using our own project here as an example of this culmination point, it points out how we've already gotten through some, what it calls ERD moments.
ERD moments.
Yeah, those initial, like, foundational challenges, getting the text sorted, setting up the basics, the really early hurdles when something new starts.
Okay, gotcha. Overcoming the initial inertia.
Right. And now, the source suggests, we're hitting the fine-tuning stage, where the whole thing wants to actually take shape.
And a really interesting part of that, according to the source, is how the project's direction is emerging organically. It's letting audience engagement kind of steer the ship.
Yeah, the feedback.
Exactly. And it highlighted Seelenho, which translates roughly as soul height, as a theme that really resonated with people.
It did, yeah.
And the source says that's probably not a coincidence in this kind of culmination phase. In times like these, people often yearn for orientation, but not like a simple checklist.
No, something deeper.
Right, a perspective that goes beyond just the everyday grind. So Seelenhu gets framed as a measure that is not measured in centimeters or click numbers, but in inner growth.
That's powerful.
It suggests that focusing on something like Seelenhu isn't just the next logical topic, it marks the next developmental leap. The fine-tuning isn't just technical tweaks, it's more of an inner alignment. Where does the butterfly grow once it has its wings?
That makes sense. And, you know, given how intense some of our earlier discussions have been, how much we kind of threw out there, it feels right that this deep dive might be a little quieter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like things need a bit of space to manifest in a loving development, as the source put it. Sometimes you just need to slow down a bit.
Well, the source strongly backs that up. It says, sometimes precisely this becoming quieter is the decisive part of the process. Yeah. Without that quiet space, all the stuff that's been started can't really settle. There's something very powerful, it suggests, about consciously pausing, letting the pulse lower, giving the whole thing a chance to take root before the next big push comes.
It's like the pause in music, isn't it?
Exactly.
The source brings that up. It's often just as important as the notes themselves. And sometimes the things that aren't said are heard much louder.
Beautifully put. That silence can echo more than any word. It lets everything resonate. And maybe that's the real magic of this phase we're talking about. It's not the end. It's not the brand new start. It's that precious, quiet moment in between where anything is still possible.
So the culmination point isn't just a peak intensity.
No, it's also maybe the stillest point, like that tiny moment when a swing just hangs at the very top before it starts back down.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Or, as the source described it, like the full moon, which is just waning and will begin anew next week. That moment just after peak fullness.
And what feels really significant about that, which the source highlights, is the realization that, well, there is no going back.
Yeah.
We've sort of already crossed a threshold into the new beginning, even if it's not fully formed.
Yes, exactly like that full moon just past its peak. It's still bright, but it's already letting go. This moment, it signals something irreversible. The cycle continues, whether we are ready or not.
Wow.
The new beginning, it's not an idea in the distance, but a door we have already stepped through. And maybe the true piece of being in this phase is just knowing that the path really only leads forward now.
So a final thought maybe to leave with you, the listener, building on all this. As you move forward from here, what personal or collective clear contours might start to emerge for you out of your own fog or your own Newman's land? What transformations do you feel are already underway in your life right now?